We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. Welcome to the Date Podcast, the show for anyone navigating the dating and relationship world. We interview celebrities, talk pop news, discuss dating do's and don'ts, and debate relationship topics. We are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and review if you like what you hear. Check out our website, datepodcast.com, for more information. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's get on with the show.
It's Emma.
Hey, it's Zorric.
Host of the Date Podcast. And I am in studio today.
So, guys, she is in her teller outfit, right? She has this whole plexiglass. I feel like ordering some Swisher Sweets from her right now.
You order some sweets, I'll throw them at your face.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so we have a guest here. Please. We cannot fight while we have a guest.
I mean, I think we can.
Okay.
I think she'll let us.
Okay.
She's laughing.
She is.
Maybe awkwardly.
So, Lizette, you're here. Hi.
Hi.
And you have a podcast.
I sure do.
What is that name of that podcast?
It's Modern Day Mujeres.
Ooh.
I love that podcast.
Do you?
Yes.
What do you love about that podcast?
I think it's a great representation of just like the Latinx culture needs.
Yeah.
I just feel like you are giving us a voice and you have like a beautiful platform, and I don't know, I just love y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's
honored.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll talk to her about what Emma, like her journey
Podcast,
through
her
journey through life, what
Is
she
the
likes.
grass
This
really greener on the other side?
the grass is always greener,
I don't
relationship
think
wise.
so.
I say, but she says it's not. But I think
The marriage and family therapist says no.
says well. So there's two different viewpoints here. So maybe you'll have to sort us out.
I know.
Right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Am I the only one married in the room?
Yes. Yeah. You're the only one, and Emma's and my clocks are ticking.
They are.
I love
My ovaries are ready.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's about time. It's about time for like one of these things. Who's gonna get married first? You or me?
Probably you.
Probably. Yeah.
I want to be invited.
You are invited.
I am.
What?
I'm man. No, I am.
What? Man.
Not maid of honor. I'm like best
Maiden
woman.
of honor.
Mm-hmm.
I will be best woman over your best friend. Because if he is best man and I am not, I will cut him.
Will you do a speech?
Yes.
Will you?
I'll rap it if you want me to. I will learn how to
We're
rap.
gonna play like high horns and stuff like that. Yeah.
As long as I don't have to take care of the tiger or the lion.
Yeah, I want a lion.
Oh
in
my
wedding. So if you're afraid of lions, we'll put you in like a different area.
And he also wants to come in on an elephant.
But are you going to have like Joe Exotic there?
No, he's in jail.
An impersonator.
Yes.
You should.
We should. I will.
But
Yeah. So Emma.
Yes.
What's going on? What's happening?
So many things, you guys.
Tell me.
Good news, bad news, drama. Oh.
Come on.
suspense.
Let's go.
All right. So over the weekend, it wasn't announced.
What was it announced?
So kind of technically over the weekend. So it was announced that y'all might know her, Fortune Feinster.
Who?
Okay, hold on.
What?
Let me show you a picture. Let me show you
My
a
goodness.
picture.
Where's your PowerPoint
It's
presentation?
going. I lost it. Where is it?
Press escape.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. I don't know where it is.
Move it from
I
that
lost
screen
it.
over. So
I am trying.
So guys,
I'm
Emma
having
has
technical difficulties.
She has 2 screens up.
I have 2 screens up.
And
oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay.
So happy that you guys like. Okay, so that's Fortune Famester. She's a comedian. She was on the Mindy Kaling show.
Which one, right or left?
The
side?
one in the left.
In the tux.
Tux. Okay.
Yeah. And so she also has a Netflix special, and I follow her on Instagram because she's so funny. She has this bit on her Instagram where she plays, I forget what her alter ego is, but it's a straight woman, and she's married, and so she's always like, Tim, come get this wine for me, Tim. So she's just funny. But anyway, she did get married. She got married, and it was a very like small, intimate wedding. And then in her Instagram, she did say that they got married. They sort of rushed to get married because they were waiting for kind of COVID to settle a bit. But it did not. But then they did get married after 5.5 years of dating, just because they felt like the time was right.
It's a very social, distant wedding.
Yeah,
well,
they got married
not that
on
picture.
the beach.
Yeah, on the beach for sure.
I mean, they're married, so I think you are allowed to be that close if you're married.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Right?
Could you imagine getting married on a beach and like I had to be like 6 feet away from my wife or your husband?
First of all, I would not get married on the beach. Let me just drink on the beach, okay? Because I'm not about to get married with sand in places
Would
it
you have
shouldn't be.
sex on the beach?
No, again, sand in places it shouldn't be in.
You
Would
can take
y'all?
a shower.
I would.
Okay. Yeah.
I have.
Zorric.
Okay.
gosh.
Oh, okay.
Too late for that.
Let
clip.
me
We're going to
swing
take a
my
drink.
mind.
Drink time we haven't done something. Is that what we're playing?
Never have I ever.
Yeah,
There
maybe.
you go.
So
Oh,
there's I gotta close out of this app.
Emma has.
I'm having technical difficulties,
Okay.
but it's fine. So Erica Girardi, who was married to Tom Girardi, and you guys are like, who is Tom Girardi? But let me tell you who he is.
Who is Tom Girardi?
He was the lawyer who defended Aaron Brockovich.
Who is Aaron Brockovich?
Oh God. Are you kidding me right now?
Who is that?
Do you live under a rock?
Do you
I
really
do.
not know? It's like the movie that
Brock.
Julia Roberts like won an Oscar for.
Okay, continue.
Anyways, where like basically this company was like polluting this small town, and a lot of people started getting cancer, and Aaron Brockovich figured it out, and so then Tom Girardi was the lawyer who defended the people. So that's what he's known for. So they have been married for 21 years. She is she's like 40. 41.
She looks great for 40.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
She is also a singer. You guys may not know this, but she is also a singer, and her name is Erica Jane, and I can play a little bit because her song, I listened to it.
I got it.
And I may or may not have allowed my niece to listen to it, but
Oh, okay. Never mind.
here you go. Hold on.
Wait, I can play it here, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. Do you
Put
want
it, put it against your mic. Let's go old school.
Okay.
The speaker.
Yeah.
Hold on. It gets better.
Kitty's like a python, ticking like a time bomb. Limited
Are you kidding me?
edition, gotta buy it with no try on. Purchase like a lion.
Yeah, this song's amazing.
Tyson.
Hold
Oh
on,
my
it's about
gosh.
to get better.
Is it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I destroy your defenses. My guest list is priceless.
I'm the only one dancing.
You
How am I the only one dancing to this?
because we're in
Hold on,
shock.
here's the
I don't
chorus.
know this
Here's the chorus.
It's expensive to be mad.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I like when the beat drops.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a
Knock
good
it,
dance
yeah.
song, and it is expensive to be me. So I do feel like
It gives me a little bit of Paris Hilton vibes right there.
Oh
I was thinking
my
about
gosh, Paris Hilton has music out. Oh my gosh, you guys, like, yes, Paris Hilton.
So Lizette, unfortunately, but fortunately, like she's so smart, Paris Hilton. She's got a
Right.
really high IQ.
She's
Yeah.
like the main influencer that
She was
made
the original.
the original
Okay.
influencer.
Let's yes, okay. She created all these other people who are trying to pretend that they are influencers, okay? But let's be real. Like, maybe Bill Nye created the first selfie. I don't know. It's debatable.
No.
But Paris Hilton was always like taking pictures and videos and look, I'm just saying, okay? Paris Hilton Paris Hilton is bae always and forever.
Back to this picture here, though.
Okay.
Enough of your rant.
So she has gotten work done.
Yeah, but that is me. I think that's me right there. That's
all right.
I'm losing the hair.
Oh my gosh. So let me show you guys. Maybe it's a picture. Okay, so this is whenever they first met. This is around the time. So she's 49 and he's 81. When they got together, she was 27. What's 81 minus 27?
Like
hold on,
40 some. I don't know. 30, 32.
Okay, hold on. 80.
God, I went to DISD, so
I mean,
I'm terrible at math.
He was 54, so he was twice her age.
Wow.
Also, just fun fact, she's a quarter Salvadorian like me.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shout out.
But she did have a son, and her son is now 26 years old, so he is still younger than when she got with him.
She got married.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It'll be interesting. She is on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills still. I'm kind of boycotting them for now, though, because they did my girl Denise Richards dirty. But that's okay. That's for another day.
I like her too.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. But anyways, so sad for them. I'm curious. Sorry, Erica. Don't get mad at me, but I'm curious if you're doing this for like a plot line for the next season.
Where's the tea?
Yeah.
It'll be coming out soon. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have heard Maluma's Hawaii song.
Not yet.
Okay. It's really good. It's on the radio, on the Spanish radio. But dun dun dun, The Weeknd has joined Maluma in the remix.
Okay, so I've been seeing memes about this.
Yeah, but like, remember whenever he had when he did the hair, and I think they were comparing him to like Don Omar,
I think so.
or something, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like more official.
Well, I saw the meme that was like The Weeknd turning into El Fin de Semana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Spanish play on words.
Exactly. That's all it means. The Weekend in Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah.
Fin de Semana.
But apparently he kind of he speaks Spanish in the song, so I'm kind of excited to hear what it sounds like and see the video.
I have not.
You have not?
It?
I think I am.
You?
I think I found it. Let's see.
Let me see.
Let's
I want to
see.
hear a
All
little.
right, I'm excited.
A little clip here.
Oh yeah, this is it.
He's watching
my gosh,
It's
I
a wedding.
Yeah, because Maluma is sad because his girl leaves her, or his girl leaves him, and then she's always putting pictures of Instagram of her being in Hawaii with the new beau.
Oh.
Yes. So Maluma's a little sad.
That's The Weeknd right there singing right now.
It's
anything
beautiful.
Wow.
The Weeknd.
His voice is so velvety.
Yeah, it's very like angelic, his voice.
Yes.
It's like how I sing in the shower, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
See, isn't it fun?
It's a good song.
Yes. Now it's gonna come on your iTunes playlist, just like your other corridos. Zorric listens to corridos.
Do I?
Yeah, that song that you texted me that you were like, I really love this song.
I don't remember
I know this song. I didn't know the remix.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that is The Weeknd.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I like it. It's a good song.
Yes, go Weeknd.
Do you think he got a little bit of a culture when he was with Selena Gomez or not?
I don't know. Because
Right?
isn't she kind of second generation?
I don't know. But she's from Texas.
She is from Texas.
Hey.
And I only say that just because just the Spanish, you know.
Oh, gotcha.
Maybe they don't speak it quite as often as we do.
Gotcha.
Anyways, that's all I got.
Oh, that's.
It was exciting, right?
That was super exciting.
I have to move my chair. I almost fell.
What do we want to talk about today? Oh, something that is interesting that happened to me today is, guys, do you guys drink tea?
Yes.
Depends.
I ordered
Ooh,
this.
I know what to get you for Christmas.
No, it's too late because I ordered this teapot.
Oh,
that
yeah,
I-
I saw it from Crate and Barrel.
Yeah, from Crate and Barrel.
No, I'm gonna get you something else.
It's so sexy.
That's the first time I've ever had a guy describe a teapot as sexy.
When you see this teapot, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is like so sexy.
It's a very basic teapot.
No, it's not basic whatsoever. But
I think Lisette is agreeing with me.
I feel like when I drink tea out of that, I feel very,
Zen or what?
I feel very classy.
European? Oh,
no,
okay.
super classy. Yeah. So yeah, I looked up some tea jokes.
Oh,
Some tea
goodness.
jokes. All right,
Nice.
let's go.
Gosh, okay.
Do you think it's okay to steep together on the first date?
Only if you're hot.
Get it?
Only if you're a hottie.
I don't think she got the joke.
Steep
Like you're
together.
steeping.
Steep.
Oh, okay. You asked it like a question.
That's
It is a question. Okay.
You're well on your way to be like that guy or like that once you have kids to do the dad joke.
Oh my gosh, 100%.
That is
Already
100%.
there.
Yeah, that's exactly
He's the dad jokes without the kids.
without the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only dinosaur who loved drinking tea was the T-Rex.
Okay, I was gonna say the Tyrannosaurus.
Okay, this is so fun. There's like so many. One more.
Emma's face is like she's being tortured.
There's not enough wine or champagne here right now.
Is there?
There's not.
The only reason made tea drinkers get in trouble at the clubs is because they tend to be very naughty.
You're an idiot.
I'm lost.
Get it? Naughty?
No.
People at the club are naughty? Naughty?
Oh no.
You're dumb. I hate you.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Can we do a boo?
No.
Brr, boo.
Okay. That's all I had. I just was going to tell you guys that tea is great. I've been on this tea trip where I'm like buying tea from different places.
Do you do loose teeth?
What? What did you say?
said loose tea.
Loose.
Loose
Do I have
tea. Do you do loose tea?
loose tea? So
Okay.
basically like a Teavana when you have like this like little catcher and you just put different things in there.
No, like
Yeah.
when you. Well, maybe I tend to have.
Because it has a little like strainer that
Yeah, I have like a unicorn one that I
Of
will
course you do.
use.
Of
I
course you do.
have like a Christmas one I use.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think the only time I drink tea is when I'm sick.
No, I drink it like every day.
Yeah.
Coffee's my drug.
Well, coffee, and then in the mornings and then in the afternoons I switch to tea. So like if you see me at 1:30, 2 o'clock, it's my tea time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I need the tea.
Very Englandish.
Yes,
Yes.
with lots of sugar.
Lots of sugar. Like she thinks like she's royalty.
Oh my gosh.
Again, without the kids.
I refuse to laugh on
She's
principle.
holding it back.
Okay, so we're not here to talk about tea. We're here
No,
to
we're not.
talk about life because the whole world has been waiting for this moment, right, Emma?
I've been very excited.
So
And I was really bummed out to reschedule. That was my fault.
yeah,
My bad.
that is all your fault
It
because
was
we
all
could
my
have had
fault.
this. We could have had more of these fun
I know,
conversations
I
about
know,
tea.
I know.
Uh-huh.
No.
Oh
And your
my gosh.
jokes.
Yeah.
No more tea jokes.
So the world has been waiting to hear Lizette on the show. The world, literally the world.
Oh my God. Stop.
Because
Whoa.
no, the world. Because we know that you know everything about relationships.
Oh, who said that? Go
Well-
shoot the messenger.
She's like scooting back from you.
I'm just
She's
take my
like
purse
grabbing
and
her
run.
purse.
No,
I
but the
see her
thing
in
is,
the elevator already.
no, the proof is in the pudding, Emma, because she is married and we are not.
Okay. So it's a compliment to you, Lisa,
Yeah.
and it's a slight to us.
Yeah, very,
Okay.
very.
All right.
So dating. So were you in the era of like online dating, or did you?
Well, shit. What is the era? What is that time frame?
Was it like I don't know? I think 7 years ago.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
No.
I've
No?
been with my husband for 7 years.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
So you like got married, like I guess, like right as it
Well,
kind of started.
Okay, let me say this: we've been dating for 7 years, been married for 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me reiterate that.
Okay. Because obviously, I would say 80% and 90% of our listeners are single, right? So we have this dilemma when we date. We don't know when to commit.
Oh God.
How did you know that he was the one? You know.
Oh.
Maybe
man.
let's start off with a curve. No, what's a
Curve. Teeth.
softball.
Okay.
How did y'all meet?
Oh,
Start with that.
okay.
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 Well, we met at work. I was in property management for about 4 years.
Wait a second. So at work, okay. So you see this guy walking, like you're typing.
Is he wearing like his like
Work
tight
attire.
little work
Yeah.
pants?
His jeans and boots. Well, I got transferred to the property. And obviously, like when you're first starting to work somewhere, you know, they kind of introduce everybody to the new girl. So everyone had a meeting that morning, and I'm like walking in, and everyone's just like, oh, this is our new leasing agent, blah, blah, blah. And I'm walking in like, hi, I'm Liz, like introducing myself to everybody. And he's like the cool guy sitting like in the back, just like slouched on his chair and just like, hey, he gets up and like, shakes my hand or whatever, and I was
So
like,
when he shook your hand, were you kind of like wooed? Were you like, oh my gosh?
no,
Was your heart beating?
no,
Like
okay,
this?
I want to.
We
So,
want play by play. We want details. We want deets.
So what happened was that I hated him when I first met him.
Oh.
no,
okay.
I was in a relationship.
Oh.
Drops bomb.
Oh my goodness.
I was.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Do tell.
I was in like about a year and a half relationship when I met him.
Were things like rocky with this
Very
guy?
much.
Okay.
So the transfer was kind of like to get away from current situations and kind of like start.
Was it in a
new.
different city?
Well, I was working in Carrollton, got transferred
Okay.
to Louisville.
Okay, not too bad. Yeah.
Not too bad of a drive, a difference, like 15 minutes. So yeah, I got transferred to that property. So yeah, at first I was not interested in that boy, like at all.
Especially if he's sitting down slouching.
Yeah, just like slouched and just like.
What's wrong with slouching, guys? I mean, come on.
It's rude.
Is
Yeah,
it?
It's kind of. It's especially if you're in a meeting. I guess like you would
Yeah.
want to be a
Like
little
if
bit
you're at
more.
work, right? It just shows like, to me, it comes off as like, I don't care who you are.
Okay.
Right.
So you met him. You were still dating this person, and then you meet him at work. Then what happens?
So it was just really, it kind of took off like just a friendship, like a work friendship. You know, you kind
Okay.
of get to know people in the office. And so our like lunch break area was in the same place. So we had like a kitchen, because in the leasing office, they had like a separate, like, I guess it would be like a kitchen and all that stuff. And so that's where our lunch breaks would be. And we just happened to always take the same time lunch breaks.
Oh.
And so
Just wait, hold on. Just happen. Come on. Guys are very deliberate, right?
maybe.
If we're trying to be with you,
Oh,
we're
I
gonna-
wonder if you called him and you were to ask him what he would say. I actually know. It's okay.
how we met.
Yeah.
Where's your phone? Where's your phone?
My phone's right here. I could text him. I was like, "What do you remember about the first time when we met?" I'm gonna
Aww.
text him. But yeah,
He's gonna be like, why?
yeah. Let me ask him real quick.
He's gonna question our questioning.
Yeah.
That's okay.
He's gonna be like, "What is this episode about?"
I'm
Right.
really happy that Lisette's
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll do it.
He probably will. But yeah, it was just like we would just always sit together during lunch in the back, and that's kind of like being the new girl. Is just like I didn't know anybody, and
Right.
I was just kind of like very quiet. Like I'm just here to work. I have a boy. I made sure I let everyone know I have a boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
I got a boyfriend.
What is
Yeah.
it like? Straight up, like so you're in the break room or whatever. You're talking to your friends and you're like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," or you just kind of.
No, just kind of throw it in there. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, like who do you live with? Because when I worked for the apartment complex, they allowed us like to live on property, and it was like discounted, obviously. So they're like, oh, so like, you know, who do you live with? Kind of like situation. And I was like, oh, my boyfriend and my daughter. And so yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, kind of slightly threw it in there. So it was just friendship in the very
Okay.
beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are
It's a
just
good
talking.
foundation.
Yeah, which is great. And then what happened? Did you?
So I think he got to know me for me like as a friend and not so much as like trying to get with me. So I think like he was the person that like if I had to vent because I had frustration, like anger or like something was going on between me and boy, like he was always the one to listen, like
the shoulder
like,
to lean on,
right? And so it was just like we were having problems, and so it always just kind of came to that. I don't know. I had always had guy friends, so I was very comfortable with telling guys more like my issues than like girls. To be
That
honest.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That does.
As
Okay.
like I don't know, as a single mom, I guess it was because I didn't have a lot of girlfriends like around that time. I was like, ugh, I don't want to say my age, but like 7 years ago,
but hold on. So you would vent to him. Would he be like, just break up with him? Just break up with him?
No, he would actually be like, well, have you like considered telling him like how you feel? Have you ever like tried to communicate? Like, so he was very trying to be helpful,
okay.
And so I was like, okay, well, I tried this, and he kind of didn't want to hear it. Or like, so I would go back and kind of like update him on like all the stories and stuff like that.
Did you guys have each other's numbers? Did you
No.
guys text at this point? Okay.
No, we didn't.
Strictly friends,
Strictly
obviously.
friends.
Yeah. Okay. So how long into this thing? Okay, I guess obviously you eventually broke up.
Right.
With the boyfriend. But wait, what?
What? No, hold on. Well, we got engaged.
Oh my
and
gosh.
then we broke up.
Oh,
I'm just
what?
dropping bombs on you.
What happened to the engagement here? I mean,
I'm so glad I'm in person for this.
yeah.
Right.
My gosh, the drama.
Why did you say yes in the first place?
I was so stupid.
I mean,
Okay.
been there, done that, obviously.
Right. No, I think for me, I was trying to make things work. And so I kept trying. And somehow down the road, marriage came up. And I was like, I don't think this is the right time for us to get married. We're having a lot of issues. Like, let's fix our issues and then discuss marriage, like, down the road.
Right.
And so when he asked me to marry him, I was like, oh, okay. Like, maybe this will kind of get better getting married. Okay. I don't have the greatest, like, examples to marriage. I mean, my parents divorced after 20 years and they hated each other.
Oh.
So it's like, I never knew what a healthy relationship or a marriage was because I didn't have one. So I'm like, oh, well, if my parents have stayed together for 20 odd years and not had the best like relationships, then, maybe people work it out somehow,
Right.
And so I said yes and broke it off like a month later.
Oh.
Good for you, though.
Did he get a ring and have all
Yep.
that on the knee?
Yep.
And you said, yeah.
Yes. Around friends, like during
Lots of pressure.
friends, and they're like kind of making while we were having dinner, and it was just like hard to not say no.
Yes.
So around this time, like there were already feelings going on with my husband at that time.
Oh boy. Anything
like-
physical yet, or you just
No, it was definitely more like just flirting.
mental?
Yeah, it was like flirting. It was just kind of like, having lunch together. And it was just, we were just trying to like keep it very, not as much as like actually like touching or kissing or anything. It was like more like flirty.
Again, this is why, like, I don't think it's a good idea for men to propose or for anyone to propose where, like, the friends are there or, like, family members are there. I think that the family members and the friends need to wait until after the proposal to be there in that.
Yeah.
But I really do think I'm a big believer that, like, that has to be an intimate moment because then, like you, Lisa, like, you feel that pressure to say yes.
Right.
And then you're sort of like trapped by the own, like, his stupidity.
Right.
Oh, well, he was trying to, I guess, save it, maybe.
Maybe.
This was like a
It
Hail
was still
Mary.
a stupid move.
Let's try.
Exactly.
Maybe
just
we
because
can.
just because it's still a stupid move.
Right. And because we had talked about like we need to fix our problems because marriage was the conversation we had like going into 2 years. I was like, I think we need to wait a little bit. And I was always so very hesitant of marriage just in general as a person because like I said, I never had like a example, set or like I was so scared of that commitment. I really was.
Yeah. So when you guys, I guess, broke it off. So did you text, husband and say, hey?
His name's Josh. It's okay.
Josh, yeah. Did you text him and say, hey, this is what happened? And
well, that day we had an event going on in our office. It was like a summer pool party. And so this whole situation, so I had to be in the office. We had a whole pool party for like the property. And so we were doing kind of like a cookout and, having all these kinds of event things at the property. And he's blowing up my phone. He's blowing up my phone.
The ex. Okay.
Yeah. Like, you need to come here, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, how are you not home? So he's like blowing up my phone. He shows up and like yells at me to like come over to him. And I was like, you are embarrassing me. Like, go back home and I'll be right there. And so I tell my property manager, like, I'll be right back. Like, I need to go handle something. I live literally down the hill from like our office. So I went down there and I was so mad. And like, we got in this whole like argument about like, he had to deal with our dog that got sick, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Like, this is stupid. Like, you're embarrassing me in front of like my boss. Property, residents. And then I was like, I'm done with you. I like took off the ring and like chunked it at him.
Wow.
And I was like, by the time I get back, I need you out of my apartment.
Oh.
And so I went back upstairs and like, I was so relieved. And I tell my property, I'm like, I broke off my engagement. Like, I'm done. Right. And so at that time, Josh was there and he's like, you're okay? And like, cause I was going off. Like, I was yelling. I was like, this is embarrassing. Like, how could he just like show up and act like he's just going to tell me to go home? Like, so this whole situation happened and I was like, I cannot be here right now.
Gosh.
And so my husband's like, all right. Well, he wasn't my husband at that. So I'm just going to call him Josh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's there and he's like, well, I'm about to leave. I was like, I'm leaving with you. And I was like, all right, like, I'm just leaving. And he had his boys at that time, so it wasn't like anything, no.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just leaving with you. Like, I just need to get away. By the time I come back, I hope he's gone.
Yeah.
And so,
was he?
yeah, he was. Well, I came back till the next morning. I crashed in his house. Yeah. I mean, he had his boys.
Right.
Again, like, it wasn't anything happened. I crashed there because I had been drinking too. So I'm like, I'm not gonna drive anywhere, let alone I don't have a car. Like, I'm just gonna crash here. I got there in the morning and it was like the worst morning ever. And it was just like, all right, I did that. And he was gone. He was gone.
So
like,
you've never seen him again?
Well, I saw him a few times. It was terrible. Like, break up, come and pick his stuff. And it was just like, yeah. And then he started finding out like where I had left that day. And so like,
but it's like not his, I'm not right, but I mean, he does need to know.
Right.
At that point.
No,
Well,
he didn't. He
I don't
didn't
know.
because I was like, I'm done with you. Like, we're broken up.
So after you broke up with him, did you feel a little bit of tranquility?
I was so happy.
Oh my gosh, you're such an idiot. Gosh.
I just realized after. Wow.
I really hate you.
He's not gonna stop this.
Okay. Okay. No. Okay, so you've broken up, and it that sucks. Like, because you guys were together for like how long? A couple of years, maybe.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah. So you kind of have to get over that, right? There's the whole grief thing, right, Emma?
Yes, I feel like when you end a relationship, like you're.
But I feel like I had slowly grieved it because I was slowly just.
I hear that, right? You're kind of out of it.
Losing the interest, losing that love. So every time like there was a reason I had to forgive him, like I loved him a little less.
Yeah.
So by the time like it really happened, I was like, oh, okay, like this needed to happen. So I had some sense of relief after it all.
So how did you know it was time to end it?
When I was not gonna A, take any bullshit, and then like B, it was so easy for me to be done.
Yeah, because like sometimes in our minds we're like, you know what, we can work it out.
Right.
Let's give it like another month. Let's keep going. You know,
We've
after
all
all,
been guilty of
he
that.
he proposed to me. We lived together. Why don't we try? But I guess you were at that point where it was like that's it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think I had slowly talked myself into like the next situation that happens. Like there's no coming back from it. Almost like I'm done.
Yeah. That's good. So okay, so were you single for a little bit, or did you kind of, move on to?
I was single for a little bit,
Yeah.
but it wasn't anything. I did not want anything exclusive. I did not want anything as a relationship. Past that, I think me and Josh were just kind of like friends with benefits for a couple months here. I did not want anything serious, but he was always kind of like the go-to person, or like that friend.
Wait, hold on. So, I bet that the time you received your first, or he received his first benefit, was it really just like hot? Because I'm thinking like you guys were talking, you probably had some feelings already. And I feel like
we were like very flirty. We were very, I don't know. I think like a bit that build up, build up, like you're flirting and it's like forbidden.
Ooh,
it's like,
forbidden.
But it's like you built this thing and all of a sudden fireworks just kind of,
Right. Oh my God, that first kiss.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Is it
sealed it.
super passionate, or was it kind of?
It was just good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can always remember that. I always tell him, and I feel like he toots his own horn every time I tell him. I was like, our first kiss was good, like because if it was some like shitty like peck, like with no type of like emotion,
You'd be like, nah, I'm
Well,
out.
what do you mean by so as a single man? What do you mean by like a good kiss? What does that
I
even
didn't
mean?
want
Or
just like
wants help.
I need-
I don't
Gotcha.
think I just wanted a peck. Like I wanted like a little tongue. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like
It
grab.
sounds like she got it.
I
Yeah.
did.
like okay, you said grab.
Right. He like grabbed me. Like I don't know. There's this. Like he grabbed my lower back and just kind of like pulled me towards
Yeah.
him, and it was like very like I don't know, man.
Very sexy,
It was
romantic.
very sexy.
Like
it
on-
was like his lips weren't chapped. It was like very a
Like,
lush
he
kiss.
wanted it to.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't like cardboard, like kissing cardboard.
No, it wasn't just like a kind of like like something you do with your grandma.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. So, so number one, I'm learning be a good kisser. Oh, the first kiss should be good.
The first kiss should be good.
Yeah.
So then it can be downhill from there.
I just hope it wasn't just that one time. You're like, oh, okay, like I want to see more of him. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah. Well, what about the physical aspect? Was that good too? I'm prying here.
the physical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if we've been
Like,
together
I married him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I married him for a reason.
Yeah. So if the first kiss isn't good, is it a penalty?
Not necessarily.
Penalty?
always.
No,
You guys
'cause-
get penalty?
No, I think like it depends. Maybe like the nervousness gets the best of you.
Yes. And it also just depends like how much I like you before you kiss me. So if I already don't like you, then that kind of seals me into being like, we can be done. But if I
Right.
do like you, then I'm like, there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying too is like a guy that kind of takes charge. Maybe did he take charge?
Yeah. I think because I had been building this relationship with him
Yeah.
where he knew like I don't like this, but I like that, and my ex was this, but he does that. Like so he knew a lot of the do's and don'ts from the quote unquote friend side of things that he took notes. Like he, I was like I don't like some because I'm a very strong like personality.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Okay.
So I'm a fire sign. So mine's like I need someone who isn't like a pushover.
What's his sign?
He's a Taurus.
Taurus.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
The bull.
the bull. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an earth sign, so he
It
kind of mellows
blends.
me
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
So you guys were friends with benefits for a little bit, and then how long does it take to register? We're like, oh, I want to be in a relationship with this guy.
I didn't. He did.
Oh.
Oh.
He took the lead again, right?
He took the lead. He's like, I want more. Like, I just don't want to settle for us being just this.
Yeah. So how long did he wait to propose?
4 years. 4 years, almost 5. I mean, at this point, we had a baby. So
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So he proposed
Together,
after.
together.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 years, because again, during this time I had been anti-marriage. I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I got proposed to once, and I was not smart about it. Like,
Was the first ring at least good or was it bad?
it was decent.
Okay.
I'm not
What
gonna
if-
say it wasn't something that I was like, oh, this is the reason I want to get married
Did
to
Josh
him.
get you a ring?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. He
Did
got
you like that
something
one
very
more?
meaningful.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, he was, I had always told him, I'm like, I don't want this big crazy ring just because you think like, that's what I need. The ring's not going to signify anything, but like, I think it's more the meaning behind it than anything. I mean, I felt like he could have given me like a freaking rubber band, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah. So talk to me about you guys were you guys still working together?
Yeah.
So-
So it wasn't until we became like in a relationship that we had to let our office know
Yeah.
that we're serious, and then they had to like split us up.
Ooh.
Did you guys do anything,
It's like The Office. Whenever
Yeah.
whenever David Wallace finds out that Holly and Michael are dating, and then he sends Holly to Nashua.
Oh, yeah. So,
I
yeah.
don't know what I'm talking
Did
about.
they do
Y'all
that
just
to you?
pretending.
No, I know.
Well,
I
I
like
mean-
Holly.
It was funny because like we had 3 properties kind of like L-shaped. So mine was like that corner, and then they just moved me right across the street.
Oh.
So that was all. I
Yeah.
mean, that was the biggest move that they did.
Because it's interesting because if you're dating somebody and working together, don't you guys like kind of get sick of each other in a sense? Or you guys weren't always
Yeah,
together?
I mean, he worked as a maintenance, so he was out on the properties and the buildings and stuff. So I was just in the office.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what about dates? Did you guys go on a bunch of dates, or I mean, was there anything that stood out?
Yeah, he definitely like he knew I loved country music, and so I think like our first serious date we went to that place in Fort Worth. What is it called?
Billy Bob's.
Billy Bob's. We went to see Chris Young. He got me tickets, and we were like right in front. That was our very first date.
Nice. So is that like, because obviously he did enough, took you on enough dates to get
Right.
married. So is that like also something important?
Like the courtship?
Yeah, the courting, dates.
It was, but I knew it wasn't his thing. So I knew
Oh.
he was doing it to like very much like
Oh.
keep me in like because I'm such an like extrovert. Like he knows I love going out. I like dancing. I like going out listening to music. Like I'm more extrovert, and he's more introverted.
Got it.
So like he did this out of his comfort to
Yeah.
make sure,
For sure.
I was happy. And now that we're married, I can definitely see like things were
The balance.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, so you did all that just to really reel
because you
me
love
in.
me.
Yeah, because as a man, and if we're dating you, we need some creativity, right?
Can you mute him, Emma?
Yeah. I don't even know which one his is.
No, but I'm
What
serious.
number are
I'm being serious. You need to be creative as a man, right? Because I've heard this too. Like, you can't just keep taking her to dinner, right? Or just eating at home,
All right.
Netflix and chill. You can't
No
just keep
takeout.
knitting all the time. So
Fine, I won't knit you anything anymore.
she knitted me like a cap or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I use it. So
Well, that's the first and the last one you're going to get, jerk.
okay, thank you. So, all right. So you guys have been dating for how long? Like, I don't know. Before marriage, how long did you guys date? You said 4 or 5 years.
Well, like before we moved in together, I think it was like about a year.
Oh, that is a big decision, Emma.
Yeah.
Because I'm against that right now.
Because he was
He
like,
is.
it was kind of like he was staying over, and then so he would leave, stay over, leave.
Okay, here's
and
my
then I was just
toothbrush. Leave my toothbrush
right,
here.
and it was
Here's
just
my
like
shower cap.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I'm like, and he's like, oh, I can't find the shirt. Like it's in the closet, or I can't find these pair of jeans. Like, oh, I just washed them, or like
Yeah.
it was just like I'm like, why don't you just stay? Like just move
That's a
in.
good way. I mean, so okay, but you felt comfortable enough to allow him to stay over. It's not like he just moved in. But talk to me about like living with somebody, because that can make or break shit, right?
It's usually broken you, right?
Yeah, because if he's
Really?
yeah, because if he's dirty, then you probably do not want to live.
You mute him.
Yeah, I did.
Hit the button.
I muted him. I really did.
So you were saying, Emma?
What?
I will unmute you if you promise to stop it.
Maybe. I might.
He said
90%.
He's unmuted now.
Oh my my God.
But was he clean?
Oh God. Well,
Yeah.
he
Organized. How about organized?
Yeah, I use that word.
Okay.
Was he?
Was he organized?
Thank
for
you.
sure?
No.
No.
This man, no. there was definitely that we had to like work on too, because I'm like a clean freak. Like I need this in its space and this goes here, and 7 years down the road and he still won't replace the freaking toilet paper on the holder.
That's a
Then
guy
you know
thing.
what you need to do? Don't replace it.
Oh, I've done
Only take what you need. Stash what you need where you need it, where you won't look for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he's like, I need toilet paper.
He doesn't know where it's at.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where the toilet paper's at.
That's what I would do.
And I will not replace it. And it goes 3 toilet rolls in, and he still hasn't put it back on the holder. And it's not even like a removable holder. It's like you just slide it in. It's like a metal, like kind of arm. You just, and he can't.
Or just tell him not to poop.
Really? Emma's face. She's like, I'm not even giving you that.
Oh, okay. So living together, and then
I regret being in studio. Not because Lisa is here. It's because Zorric's acting like an idiot.
When are we not like this? Come on. So
You tend to behave a little bit more when I'm not here.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Okay, so you guys are living together, and then at what point do you guys like get engaged? Do you guys talk about it first, or
we had conversations here and there about it. I told him that it wouldn't matter anyways if we were married or not. I was like, at this point, we've been together X amount of years. We have a baby at this point. Like we've gone through the ups and downs of it all. But if we were to get married, I would be okay with it. You know, I would be happy to marry you if it came to it, but it wasn't like I need to be married to be happy with you kind of situation.
Yeah. Do you guys talk? What do you guys talk about? Like money? Do you talk about more kids? Do you talk about, where we're going to live?
Right. So whenever we got pregnant with my son, it was kind of like a little bit of planning here and there because we had infertility issues for about 3 years. And then so it was like we were wanting another kid because together me and my husband have 4 kids, including our youngest together. So it was like if we didn't have any more kids,
so
like
because you had your daughter, right?
Right, and he
then
had two sons.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it was just
I
kind of
had to
like
do the math in my head.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and so it was just kind of like if we didn't have any more kids, we would be good. We have 3 kids together. Like they had been growing up together for about 4 years, and so it was just kind of like where we're at, we're okay. We know where we stand. Our relationship's solid. Like. And at this point, it was just kind of like when I got pregnant with my son, it was like a surprise, and it was very high risk as well. Oh. So I did lose my job around the time that I was pregnant. And so when I lost that job, like we went to go live with my mother-in-law because we needed the help.
Right.
We needed the help, and I needed to be in bed rest. I couldn't work.
Whoa.
And so it was just kind of like, all right, we'll be here for about a year at least. Like, because I was already like 5-6 months pregnant around this time. I was like, let us just have the baby. And once he's born, I'm going to get back to work and this and that. And we'll be out of your hair in at least a year, I told her. And we did. And it was just kind of like a little turn, we didn't expect that. And, that was around the time that, you're around more like your family, and they're like, well, when are you guys getting married?
Yeah.
Pressure.
And so it was a little bit of pressure, but not like we needed that pressure.
Right.
I think it did definitely bring up the convo more often because like now y'all have a baby, like, where are you guys going to go from here? And we didn't want to fall under the pressure so that we had conversations to be more comfortable, that we understood like where we were going to be at, and whether it was a year or 2 or like our future, especially like leaving our, my mother-in-law's at that time. So that's where the convo kind of came. I was like, well, if we did, like, I wouldn't care. Like if we didn't, like I wouldn't care either. So He took it upon himself to propose, and
Nice.
I didn't expect it whatsoever.
Was it in front of friends too?
Yeah, I know.
No.
No?
Okay.
No, this is intimate, and
Good,
You
good,
did it
good.
right.
he was a little inebriated.
He needed the courage, right?
So, like, we had
Liquid
been out with
courage.
friends.
Yeah.
We had been out with friends that day, and we had been drinking.
Did
we had
they
like a
know?
party bus. No, nobody knew.
Oh,
So we had a
nice.
party bus, and we were out that whole night with friends. And so I did see it was weird that he was drinking because he's not a big drinker.
Oh, yeah. So he was definitely
He was and so I was like, all right, you're over here like
Self-medicating.
chugging beers with the boys when you
Yeah.
normally don't do that. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, I'm just glad we have a party bus. And I had to drive us back home because he
Oh
was,
my goodness.
that's how inebriated he was. And then so we get home and he's like, I went inside. He's like, hold on, I'll be right in. So he was sitting in like the front patio of his mom's house. And I was like, let me go check on the baby. And he's like, I'll be right in. And I was like, are you okay to walk? He's like, yeah, I'll be right in. And so I'm like, okay, baby's good. And he texts me. He's like, can you come back out and help me in? And I was like, oh my God, are you okay? He's
Were
like,
you already
"Yeah."
like annoyed at this
I
point?
was like, dude, really? Like the one night we go out with friends and you can't hold your
And
liquor.
you act like a fool.
Right, exactly. But everyone was like, oh, Josh is letting loose. Like he's normally not like that. So I was like, I know, this is so weird. And so, he's trying to like, he's like, we're walking back into the room and he like kind of puts his hand over my shoulder and he's like, he's like, I love you so much. And I was like, all right, this is the alcohol. Like, I know you love me, but he never just like, I love you so much. And he's like, you're the mother of my son and you've been a great mother to my boys. And, I love you and Audrey. And so he's kind of like having this little speech. And I'm like, are you okay? And then he's like, yeah. He's like, just give me a second. Like, I have to get this out. And I was
Are you about to break up with me?
I was like, what is going on? Like, we live with your mom. Like, I don't know what we're going to do.
Are you about to die?
Right.
I mean,
I was like, are we going to have to get your stomach pumped? Like, and so he's like going on and he's going in circles. And he's like, but I love you so much. And I just want to be together forever. And then he does like goes on his one knee and he's like, will you marry me? Like, I have never felt like this way and, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was a long speech, I'll tell you that. I was,
yeah.
even though he was intoxicated, like, he just spilled all his words. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I just hope he remembers this tomorrow.
No take backs.
Yeah. I was like,
Where's my camera? Taking
right,
pictures.
exactly. I should have recorded the whole thing. I didn't even think about it. And so I was like, of course I'll marry you. I was like, I just want you to be sure that this is what you want and it's not the alcohol talking. And, he's like, no, it's not. It's just, I needed something to like get the courage to say it. And he's like, what if you say no? And I'm like, I just said yes.
Yeah.
It was just so funny. And I'm like, yes, like I'll marry you. And in the morning, I was like, babe, do you remember last night? He's like, yeah, I got so drunk. And I was like, I got so serious.
What
I was
else?
like, what else do you remember? He's like, I drank too much and I kind of threw up a little bit. And I was like, yeah, and he's like, that was it? You drove home? And I'm just like, and? I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, I'm looking, because I had like texted my best friend and I was like, I got engaged. And she's like, what? And so I had texted like just like my best friend. And so I was like, I am not taking this shit back. Like,
You're going to marry me.
you're going to marry me. And so he's like, of course I remember. I was like, oh my God, I was sweating. But yeah, it was just, it's a night to remember.
The moment that the guy gives you a ring, it's a contract when you accept.
Excuse me.
It's like you sign your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and so depending on who breaks up the engagement, you give the ring back or not. So I always have heard that if the girl breaks the engagement, she gives the ring back. But if he breaks the engagement,
He gets to
she
keep-
gets to keep the ring.
Is that a rule?
That's what I heard.
What if he cheats on her?
Then that's a breach of contract, so she gets to keep the ring too.
keep the ring.
We know somebody that got a $40,000 ring. And
Shit.
he cheated on her.
Why would you do that? I mean,
And she gave it back. She gave it back.
Oh, hell no.
She gave
No,
it back.
I would
No,
have kept
fuck
it.
that.
Like, you cheat. This is for my pain and suffering.
Right. I'd take you to fucking civil court and
That's
still
a
be.
lot.
That's a gift.
That's
considered a gift.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I would not give it back.
No.
I'd be like Paris Hilton. I'd be like, no, I keep being this.
Yeah.
So, okay, Paris Hilton. After that, you guys got married.
Such a beautiful engagement story.
Yeah. How long until you guys could actually do the wedding and all that?
Well, we did just like a quick wedding. We didn't want anything. We did want to plan out something like a ceremony and stuff like that. But just with our situation being with our mother-in-law, we really just had more of a mindset to save money and get a house and,
That's smart.
and
That's
move
smart.
out.
Yeah.
To us, it wasn't so much as like having this crazy wedding to like shout to the world that we're married. You know, it was like a...
So you didn't want an elephant or to come
Or a
in on an
lion.
elephant or a lion in your wedding.
Wait a
No.
second. So hold on. So when
I'm not judging.
No,
you are.
no,
Of course not.
whatsoever.
But
Okay. If we compare like my dream wedding to your
Excuse
dream
me.
wedding, I think
So-
my dream wedding beats your dream wedding.
when Maluma gives his ring to you,
Okay, J Balvin.
J Balvin.
Okay.
Are you gonna do a small wedding or a big wedding?
Oh no, he and I are doing a big wedding.
See,
I'm not.
it's probably gonna have
dismissing
all
you,
like
though.
doves and like I don't know,
Well,
unicorns.
if he and I get married, then we might do like a wedding in Colombia and then one in the States. You
Okay.
know, just
Okay,
putting it
okay.
out there.
So
J
my,
Balvin.
my husband finally texted me back
yeah?
from the question. I said, what do you remember about our first time meeting? And he said, there's someone new at work. That's my husband's
That's
That might be
funny.
the title
sense
of
of
your
humor.
episode.
That's
okay.
his sense of humor.
So you've done the journey that we have not, and lots of our listeners.
I have not either yet.
Yeah. So what? were
Ours
the-
is not a fairy tale.
it seems it seems beautiful. I mean,
I mean, it's ours, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Right.
So what can you tell? First of all, Emma, because she needs it, and so do I. Like how do we? First of all, how do we get there?
How do you get?
How do you get to that
I guess
wedding?
tell me what I'm doing wrong. Well, I actually already know what I'm doing wrong, but just like remind me what I'm
Gotcha.
doing wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like me, I feel like me knowing or meeting my husband was just kind of like a, I don't want to say a fluke, but it just happened.
Like right place at the right time, I guess.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I never expected, first of all, to be with in a relationship, then fall for someone else, and then have my sights on someone else as my previous relationship is crumbling. That wasn't what I expected. So it's just like sometimes you kind of gotta take it for what it is, and then kind of see if you're gonna put the work in, almost, because I felt like he really did, because I didn't want anything exclusive. I didn't want anything serious, because I was still going through like the rough times of a
Right.
breakup regardless. And I had a daughter too, so I didn't want to just like bring in
Anybody.
anybody, and so it was just like wanted to tread lightly, but also was just kind of seeing where it went. And he put in a lot of the work, to be quite honest with you. So it was just kind of like letting someone in for me was the hardest part of it, because I already knew what it was to have a failed relationship, and it disintegrate because there was no interest, there was problems. So it's just like making sure that you just don't quit when it gets hard, whether it's in a relationship or even dating, because I think like nowadays it's so easy to be like, oh, he doesn't put that much effort, so why should I? Or people are like, if I show too much interest, it's going to scare them. And you just have to find the person that's willing to go a little bit more into it than just quitting, because this was just like a quick situation, I guess you could say.
I think he knew he wanted you when he first met you.
Right. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think
him
I
that.
think
I'm
he
gonna go
did.
home and question it.
Because also there's like
Do it.
some
Yeah.
he waited, and
He did.
and also one thing too, it kind of shows that guys, we should listen to women whenever they say, I
What?
don't like this, I don't like that.
What?
We should listen to you guys and take
That
notes.
is brand new information.
No, this is-
Men listening to women.
This is a
I would
revelation
have
here.
never thought to
Yeah.
do that, because we're usually right and you
No.
guys are usually wrong.
No, because we're like cavemen, and we just go and
But you
know.
guys are so like, I don't know. Maybe I was so upfront with him for every single situation. Like, no, don't do that. No, like, because he was also like dating, not like in a relationship per se, but he was dating. So he would even come to me like, well, how should I approach her, and blah, blah, because this was like in months,
friendship.
right, in months that this whole we were getting to know each other. So there would be times he would come to me for, you know, dating relationship advice, and I was like, well, I'm not the right person, but what I've seen, you know, XYZ. And so it was just kind of like knowing that there's a little bit of leeway with, you know, how you do things. I guess like people are so caught on like dating apps are so easy to be like, oh, well, if she doesn't text back, then I don't have to text back. And I think like meeting him through work kind of gave us that, like, we can't miss each other. We can't ignore each other. We work with each other. So we were kind of faced on with having to deal with each other rather than with like apps or social media or whatever. When you don't meet people face to face and interact, I think it gets so lost in translation when you text someone that you actually know that emotion is real, and it's just not like a front almost.
Because when Zorric texts me, okay, I get so angry.
Is it just the O and then the K?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with okay?
That's just like, you sound annoyed. You sound like it's a quick
and
reply.
That's exactly how I read it. And so then every once in a while, if I'm on my Apple Watch, that's how it spells okay. And so whenever he like is annoying me, I'll just respond to him on my Apple Watch.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, when my husband just puts a K, we're fighting.
Oh,
yeah.
Those
are
are
fighting
does
words.
that,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Or he just tells me to do something. He doesn't say please. He just like do this. I need the please.
Anyways,
Please and thank you.
so question for you. So okay, you guys were engaged. You got married. Did it feel different after you got married?
Oh God, it felt like a light switch.
What do you mean?
How so?
Because it wasn't so. I feel like in a relationship, you have almost that like mindset of we could walk away.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Now you're stuck, right?
right. It almost feels like this is more of a commitment. I think I have always been a person that I'm not going to commit if I'm not ready, and that's why I think it did take us 4 years to get engaged and then get married, because the commitment for me was so real, because I've seen the unhappiness. I've seen, you know, I left my daughter's dad, or, you know, it was just like those situations that I was like, it's so easy to walk away when you can. In a marriage, it's not so much, because you're literally kind of committing yourself to this person. And I'm not like such a religious person. I'm more spiritual, but in my mind, it's like, if I'm going to commit to you, like, this is going to be real. This isn't just going to be like, when I get bored of this, then I'm going to walk away.
Right.
Like, it almost switched in our brains that like, we have problems, we're going to talk through them. Like, you know, it was so easy in a relationship, I feel like, to kind of like bottle it up and not have to worry about it, because like, it's just like, we don't have to. I mean, even with finances too, like, that had to change a lot. I had to, because being a stay-at-home mom, I wasn't so much as, you know, monetary-wise contributing to the marriage, but he's not the greatest person with money. Like, it's just like water through his fingers. And so it definitely had to kind of reel him back into, like, you know, a reality of like, we're not just here as a boyfriend and girlfriend, like, we're here as a husband and wife.
Right.
So a little bit of that changed.
So, beautiful story, by the way. Do you have some single friends? Do you have any single friends? I'm asking for a friend, but no. But what are some things your single friends do that they should not do,
or that annoy you?
Let me see. I don't want to call out anybody.
Don't call it. No names here.
No, I know.
What's your? No, I'm joking. What's your co-host name from?
Oh,
I'm joking.
She's not here right
we'll
now.
get to her in a minute.
But you know, I think it's more or the less not taking the chance, like being so afraid of like the rejection that they rather not take.
What do you feel about people that maybe are too loosey-goosey with their chances?
They hit on everybody, you mean?
Yes.
Oh.
They'll date everything.
No, I think they're brave. I commend whether it's men or women that just kind of date around, because to be honest, that's the scary part, is putting yourself out there, being that person that's vulnerable, and you're willing to kind of be an open book and kind of do this with anybody, because your chances, I think, of meeting, quote unquote, the one maybe are a little bit more higher than just settling for like, this is what I want and I'm not willing to, move around.
Okay, so whenever I get married to J Balvin and I don't invite you to my wedding because you said that, then you'll be eating your words.
I mean, I would understand.
So you found the one, which is Josh.
Right.
But you also found another one, which is Melanie.
Of course.
How did you meet her?
We met through a mutual friend.
Okay.
We met through she's my best friend. We've been best friends for almost 10 years. And we were roommates for a while. And so on her single journey, she met Melanie, kind of going out and about and meeting new people. And, she would come back and talk about this girl named Melanie and this and that. And
you were like, who's this girl?
Yes. I was like,
why is she taking over my place?
She better not be trying to take my best friend because we're going to fight. And so one day she invites us all out. My best friend invites me and my husband and Melanie and another friend to this, I thought it was a concert, like a music concert. It ended up being like a rave, which I was just like this is not my type of music. I've never been into that kind of music, but it was different because the concept was like throwing paint on you, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's cool.
Fun.
So everyone had to wear white, and then they were like spray paint everybody.
I love it.
It was a lot of fun. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't just like my go-to place. Like, I would not choose this place. And so Melanie shows up and like she has like this beautiful makeup on and she just looks so pretty, and I was just like, girl, you look so cute. And so from there we just became friends, like 5 years now.
And now is your best friend jealous of y'all?
No, we all got really close together. So now,
Who's your best friend now?
Ooh.
She knows who she is. She knows who she is.
Who's more reliable?
Ooh, let me see. Me?
Who has the better handwriting?
Melanie does. Yeah.
One more.
Stop it.
One
Melanie's
more.
not here to defend herself.
Who's the cleanest?
Oh my God, Melanie. I would give her that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you met Melanie, and then you guys were like, hey, you guys were probably drinking at Le Bear or something, right? Strip club? No. And then you guys.
It's a lot of fun. Don't knock it till you try it.
I'll go to I go to like men's.
Oh, okay,
clubs.
okay.
Yeah,
Men's club. That's cool.
The Lodge.
Yes,
The
yes.
Lodge,
Okay.
So where I'm going with this is, how did you guys ask each other to be partners, co-hosts?
It was just random. Melanie had actually like posted on her Instagram stories like, I want to start a podcast. She's like, I want to talk about like my journey and like healing and, just relationship things and maybe a little bit of just, chit chat here and there. And when she posted that, I had previously been on another podcast of a friend's where she interviewed me for like co-parenting and blended families. And I thought it was so much fun because I got so much positive feedback from that interview about being, a stepmom and, being in a blended family. And I was like, I would want to share more about that. I would definitely want to get, that insight on that and kind of like our journey on how, that came to be. And so I was like, I'll do it. Like I messaged her. I was like, let's do it. Like I'll co-host with you. Like I'll help you. Like let's do it. And literally that week or two after we started the podcast.
Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. How was your first recording? I mean, how did you feel? Because we don't remember, probably don't remember Emma, but you have to figure out what to talk about, how long to speak, when to speak. Yeah.
I think ours was literally trial by error as we went, hooking up the mics and getting the to start recording, and we had to like delete that episode and re-record because our audio was shitty. So we like tested so many times. We not re-edited, but like we re-recorded the whole episode. And so it was just literally trial by error. I was like, our first episode up till like maybe episode 10, we never edited anything. And it's all been self-taught. So I'm like, dude, whatever happens. Like if in 3-6 months down the road, we don't like it, we can quit it. We just see where it takes us. And it was very nerve-wracking because it's just like, we didn't want to like be like anybody else. We didn't want to like copy anybody else. Like we just wanted to be true to ourselves and just talk about what we wanted to talk about, not so much as that. But yeah, we started recording in my house, and then we moved to Melanie's kitchen, living room area, dining room, sorry.
Nice.
And then, we met you guys, and now as well here in
the Hello Studios. Yeah. And that's how we met. This is how we met, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was so funny because like the first time that Zorric met y'all,
Right. Did he talk
called
shit?
me. No. Good stuff.
Good shit.
He called me. He's like, I really think you need to meet this group of girls. And I was like, all right, tell me about them. And he's like, they have a podcast and it's Latinx, and I really think you're going to like them. I really think y'all are going to be friends. And I was like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here we
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
So
And I also we had Andrea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what do you guys?
The four of us will be besties, and we'll leave you in the
okay.
dust.
Yeah.
Muted.
Great. So what do you guys talk about? What are the last episodes? Like, what are the subjects?
So like I said, we started with just what we wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was on the table. Nothing was off topic. And then little by little, we started getting people who wanted to join us or wanted to bring awareness to something or talk about their small business, talk about entrepreneurship, just anything. We started being very open to it. So the last couple of episodes we had, which was last week, we had an interview with Anthony Sanchez, Anthony Sanchez, who he does YouTube on showing his life as being paraplegic.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so he's kind of taking the bullet, and he's taken the whole situation of betting on himself. He quit his job, and now he's YouTubing full time.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of taken off from there. And he's creating kind of that platform for normalizing people and men that are dads as something that you're able to do. You're able to do anything just as anybody else who's able-bodied.
For sure.
Yeah. And so we try to be very mindful with our content, I think. For instance, we've done awareness for autism in April. We've done awareness for endometriosis in February.
Wow.
So we try to be very mindful and kind of bring awareness or talk about people's, small businesses. There's just so much. I don't think there's one thing that we talk about. Is definitely a lot of lifestyle, but we definitely try to bring anything to the table that's of importance to a lot of people, especially if it's their stories. Because being, I think, in the Latinx community, I think we have so much that is so taboo to bring to the table that we let your struggles be your voice and let people know you're not alone. I think that's a lot of the things
your
that we
safe space.
Right,
Yeah, for
exactly.
sure. Your safe space to be able to share that without feeling guilty or without feeling you're going to face repercussions.
Right, judged because you want to speak your mind, and I think our platform has allowed for that.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys are way past 10 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Episode 73.
Holy, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Average podcasters, 7? Literally 7. So, we applaud you for,
Thank you.
sticking with it.
I literally
Yeah.
applauded you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Literally.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank
So-
you guys so much.
Where can they find you?
For our podcast, it's on Instagram, Facebook, it's just Modern Day Mujeres. On Twitter, it's Modern Day Mujer. And then my personal one, it's lizeth.cuyan, my personal Instagram. It's out there. It's public. I know it's weird for some people to have a public Instagram because, people kind of just peer into it.
They do.
But I love it. I'm I want you to see that I'm doing the damn thing.
One more thing, Emma, right?
Yes.
Before you go,
Yeah.
we want to play a game.
We've been taking notes.
Oh,
And
Have
if
we,
you've
have we
noticed
been taking? Have we been?
That we've been
have you?
taking notes.
Maybe.
I'm nervous.
Maybe.
All right, let me see.
Just
Um,
I'm competitive, so I want to win.
you
no,
won't win.
You won't win because it's but you are the
Okay.
expert.
Okay, gotcha.
So the game is, Would you rather?
Sure.
It's called Would You Rather. So basically,
Zorric and I will take turns.
Okay.
Making statements, and then you have to pick between our statements.
Okay.
Like, which one would you like more?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
gotcha.
might make sense. They might not.
they probably won't. But
We've been listening to what you've been saying throughout this interview, and we've been typing it,
out.
writing it.
okay.
So let's see.
All right.
Do you want to start this first one?
Well, you can
And
start
then
this time. Okay.
Okay, let's switch.
Okay, are you ready
All right. I'm ready.
for your first?
Let me take a sip.
Okay, take a sip.
I don't know if I want to start with my big one. All right, I'll start with this one. Brew.
Or
That.
hmm?
So, go ahead.
Brute?
Or.
Yeah.
Well, I call it brew, but okay.
Okay, brute. I got this. This is so easy. Country music.
I was gonna start with that one.
I mean, as of my recent taste, I'll take Brute.
Oh, okay.
I get a point.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
you don't have a point.
Okay, Emma's got 1 point. Okay.
Woo. All right, you start.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A hot kiss.
Or putting yourself out there.
Oh, that's a good one.
A hot kiss.
Oh, come on. That was easy.
I will allow it. I think we both took down the same ones.
Are you looking at my notes?
I know, right? Not that we didn't share these.
Okay. Are you ready for your next one? Okay.
Let's go.
Billy Bob's.
Okay, Bobs. Chris Young.
Oh, God.
Chris Young.
This is too easy, Emma. Too easy. Okay. Let's go again. Okay. Taurus men.
Seriously? Gosh.
Good one.
Putting the toilet paper in the toilet paper holder.
Oh.
Oh, God. Putting the toilet paper in the holder.
I mean, that is like, yeah, you have to.
I don't know if that's a Taurus trait, but I do
Okay.
not appreciate it.
One more.
One more? Okay. You going first, Emma?
Yeah,
You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Being a clean freak.
That's a good one. She is a clean freak, for sure.
I did learn that.
What's that?
You have to be. No, you have to. Don't try to like. You gotta pick one from your list, son. Don't be trying to outdo me.
Let me think.
No,
wait.
you had all this time to think. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Aries.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Being an Aries.
Oh.
Aries people. or
Being a
whatever.
clean freak or
Yeah.
being an Aries?
Being an Aries?
Oh.
It's just
All right, get out. Get out.
It's my being. Like I can't.
Get out.
Well, that was Would You Rather. Thanks for playing, Lizette. You know, it was a great game because I win. Obviously, I win all the time.
Oh my God.
You don't win anything. I just win bragging rights. Emma just loses all the time. So, again, thanks for playing. This is not sponsored by anybody,
I
but
hate you.
the Date Podcast. And with that, what do they say, Emma? We bid you adieu.
Yeah.
Right? With that, I bid you adieu.
Fine.
She's not gonna welcome me back anymore.
No, Lisa goes on my do not welcome back list. I do not want to see her.
Oh my God.
Ever again! Exclamation point!
She's a sore loser
point.
every time.
Oh, I really
every
I am too.
time.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to make sure I would win, but apparently,
apparently you are the kingmaker or the queenmaker.
Ooh,
Right.
maybe we should make a crown, and the winner gets to wear the crown.
Oh yeah.
I got a picture with the crown.
We can be royalty.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, so Lisa, thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Thank you guys so much
It
for
was
having me.
Lovely meeting you and having you on here.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
feel
It's
like-
so different letting someone else take the reins, and
Yeah.
I'm just here to like chit chat.
I feel like
Can I talk now?
a beautiful friendship is starting. Through my plexiglass.
Through her box
Do y'all
over
hear
there.
it?
Wait, hold on. I want one more tip from Lizette.
Okay.
Anything
Anything
for us single people.
Anything in general.
It could be a short phrase. It can be a drug we should
Hope.
take. It can be.
Vitamin D is the drug you need.
Okay.
What kind of D?
Sunshine.
I mean that too. Whatever.
I don't know, Zorric. I think Zorric
Right.
wants to give the vitamin D.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would just say definitely shoot your shot and just see where it takes you. And I think that's it. I mean, just go for the journey, ride the wave.
So like Hamilton said, like, I'm not throwing away my shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That
Cool.
sounds
Thank you for coming
short
again.
and sweet. Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. I think you guys are still listening. Are they listening?
I hope so.
They
after
probably
your
turned
idiotic
off. No,
jokes.
my jokes were great. It's up for debate.
Barely.
That's going to be a survey
Yeah.
on Insta.
Sure.
Did you guys like the dad jokes without the kids?
The tea jokes.
Anyways, it's a great teapot. But anyways, we'll post the tea and the tea jokes and all of your stuff. What's that?
Of course.
Okay.
Good Lord.
All right, everyone. Thanks. Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to the Date Podcast. Please subscribe and review if you liked what you hear. Send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com for any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Most importantly, tell your friends about our show.